Hello, this is Ankit Reddy. Welcome to the .NET course from educators.com, world's best online training tutorial for the leading technologies. In this video session, we'll discuss about ASP.NET Session State Mode that is equal to SQL Server. Till now, we have seen in-proc and state server. And if you use session state mode is equal to off means it will be disabling the session state for the entire application. And the remaining are there two things. One is SQL Server that we are going to discuss in this session, and the other one is custom mode. We don't go for this discussion about this custom because it is no one will be using. And what it will be is it will enables you to build your own session state provider. For example, Oracle database, some other database, whatever you want. So only we call it custom mode. Let us see how do we do this SQL Server session state mode. The session state variables are stored in a SQL Server database. So see this, we are expanding some storing the session data. Initially, we were storing the data within the application that is called in-proc, and we have taken state server. There we have taken this separate process apart from this application. It will be there in ASP.NET state services. Now by using this SQL server state mode, we are storing the state variables in a SQL server database. Now let us see that how to follow to configure this ASP.NET web application to use SQL server. We will be using ASP.NET Reg SQL exe tool for this. I'll show you that what I'm talking. ASP.NET Reg SQL means there are several versions of this tool. Everybody will have this version whoever installed .NET, or that means Visual Studio. So let us open this C drive. Then here you can find that in C drive you can open something like, I'll tell you that we wanted to fetch that where our Visual Studio got installed. For that you can go with C drive and Windows. Then here you can find out Microsoft.NET. It will be alphabetical or something else. Microsoft.NET. Yeah, this is the one. Here you can see this framework 64. My computer is 64-bit operating system, so I can see like this, and my version is version 4.0. Here you can find out ASP.NET Reg SQL. Somewhere. Yeah, Reg means register the SQL. Okay, we need it this one. Just copy this till this version. C drive, Windows, Microsoft.NET, Framework 64, and the version may be changing according to what is the version you have installed. This is my Visual Studio version. You may be having different version. Please take that whatever the version is there in this path. Now just copy this, then go to run command, type cmd, click OK. Now just you have copied that path, right? You just paste here. The entire path will be showing here like this. CD stands for change directory. As of now, the directory is there, users and ready. Now I'm going to change the current directory where Visual Studio is installed with this framework. Hit enter. Then it has been changed. Now we need to register this SQL because we wanted to store session state variables in a SQL Server database. For that, what we wanted to do is type ASP.NET underscore reg SQL. This is what we are getting from this place, ASP.NET Reg SQL. Reg means register SQL. Register SQL dot exe. This is a tool. It will come along with your application. I mean Visual Studio. -s. Next SQL. SQL server name we need to give here. What is the SQL server? Go to this Visual Studio. This is the SQL server name, right? Copy it. Then paste it here. Space. Then -e space -ssadd SQL server address, then SQL Server type, then P. Press enter. Start adding session state. Now see it, it is getting added. It will take few seconds, then it will get added. Now the ASP.NET databases has been added to the SQL Server. We go here. Now, as of now it is not there. When you refresh, it will come now ASP.NET database. We have created one database from our Windows itself, command prompt, Windows command prompt. Then by default these two tables also will get generated. This will be having session state variables information. So how we created that? With the help of ASP.NET registered SQL. If we want to know more about these commands, we can take help from this MSDN, copy it, open it in a web browser. Now I can see this. Let it load. What and all we have added a syntax there to create ASP.NET database. We'll be seeing this. Just open it. ASP.NET-S is there. What is this S? Here you can see server. Specifies the name of the computer running SQL server where the database will be installed or is already installed. Then server name it is -E. What is this mean? Authenticates using the Windows credentials of the currently logged on users. Then -SS add. -SS add is there. Add support for SQL server mode session state. Then one more thing is SS type. Here you can see SS type, and then P. I use there P. This one. Then specify the type of session state to use. P stands for persisted. Persisted means a permanent. Both session state data and stored procedures are stored in the SQL Server ASP.NET database. So we have created database now. Now let us move to Visual Studio. There we'll do some modifications accordingly for this state server mode. Go to web.config file. Then we need to tell this to what mode we are going to use. Session state mode is equals to SQL Server, because we are going to store data in a SQL Server. Now SQL connection string, we need to use SQL connection string. Here data source, which is like we will be creating connection strings, right? Same as here also we need to provide data source equal to SQL Server name. What is the SQL Server name? You can get it by clicking on this SQL Server name. Copy and go to Visual Studio. This is the server name. Then we need to tell that integrated security. So what we are doing here is we are storing session state variables in a separate database. SSPI. Then now timeout. Again I'm mentioning one only. That's it. We have created a database for storing session variables, and we have set session state mode equal to SQL Server here. By this, what will happen is session state variables will be stored in our SQL Server database. That's it. Let us execute this application and see whether it will work or not. Now we are in reform2.aspx. Now let us see that whether really it is stored or not in this SQL Server database tables. See here, one application ID has been generated for this. Now session is there. You can see here the created date is there 2/25/14. Then you can see here expires on it is 25/14 and 26/14 because we have set as 1 minute there. And what else is required? The remaining things are not that much required. You can see this expiry date is there set as 1 minute, and session ID also got generated for this particular user. Like this we can store data in our SQL Server database. Session state variables are stored in our SQL Server database. So by using SQL Server is the most reliable option. No one can touch your session variables. It survives if something happened in our application. ASP.NET application crashed, but your data will be stored in our database. Session state variables will be there. Even though the ASP.NET application get crashed, your application can use this session variables from this SQL Server database. But when compared to this in-proc and state server, SQL Server is slower. So out of all, in-proc session state mode is faster than these two modes. Again, it is depend on you which one you wanted to use. Sometimes application security is more important, performance is not that much important, then you can depend on this SQL Server mode. And sometimes a performance is required and we don't want to have this secured, then you can go ahead with in-proc session state mode. These are the advantages and disadvantages for both the things. So with this, we have completed this state management, both the client side and server side. Still we have application state. We'll see this in the next session about what is this application state. Thank you for watching this session state mode techniques. We have four things. One is off. Off means we will be disabling that entire session variables for the application. In-proc means it will be there along with the application. State server means it will be separated from the application and it will be having ASP.NET state server services. Then SQL Server is completely out of the application. After the Visual Studio Framework, we'll be having this in a SQL Server database, so that your session state variables will be persist even though your application get crashed. Thank you for watching. We'll meet again for this application state variables video session.